To get a very quick take on this last one, Mark Kennedy continued his visits to the various campuses of the University of Colorado system this week, getting mixed reactions from members of the CU community. The regents will face a final approval vote in just about a week or so on him becoming the next president of the CU system. Let's go, Eric, your quick take on how Mark Kennedy is playing to the CU community.
Well, he's not playing well to most of the actual CU community. Very quick take. I'm not sure it's totally fair to hold him to a voting record in Congress 2 decades ago or thereabouts, when there are a whole lot of Democrats who had the same position on some of these issues that are being talked about as he did. My question is he the best person that we can recruit for this job? It's not about politics, it's about talent. I'm unconvinced that he is the cream of the crop.
Susan, what do you think? And I know before the show we were talking about the idea of mixed reviews. What do you think about that and your quick take on Mark Kennedy?
Yeah, there's nothing mixed about the reviews. If you go to these public meetings that he's having, as I said before the show, there are people lined up to ask him questions. And you know, not all these people have tenure. Some of them are people who sweep the floors at the university, who are concerned about whether they'll have reproductive choice in their health care. They're students, they're young people without tenure. There is a lot of frustration about what they see as a sort of mediocre and maybe intellectually incurious candidate. I think I'm writing this, and people should look for this story soon on the Colorado Independent, but I think what's interesting behind the scenes is that you have a portion of these regents who say they were not aware of his background and they were not aware of his votes in Congress, and a portion who say, well, you know, you could have Googled it. And so I think what it leaves is the university looking like it didn't do its homework, and that's very bad for CU.
Natasha, does it get approved?
I'm going to let them make that decision. That's their job. What I will say, though, is that for this search and maybe any of the candidate searches, there are pros and cons of forwarding only one candidate. Mm-hmm. But when you do that, I think this sets some good questions about if there really are benefits or if there should be a more competitive selection process.
Ed, wrap it up for us.
10 years ago, the regents selected a very partisan Republican candidate in Bruce Benson, led to the university getting a lot more money coming in, a reputation boost. The question now is really, do you want that same kind of president again, or do you want to go in a different direction? That should influence how people vote on Mark Kennedy, not his congressional background.